Hello YouTubers, welcome back to Let's Play Paper Mario. Last time we just learned about star power and we're now just on our way to Toad Town. Not much happening. And now someone's waiting behind the boundary limits that Mario can't go through, waiting for Mario, of course. If that made sense. Now would you look who's back if it isn't old Egghead, Junior Troopa. If you know what I mean by Egghead. Whoop. Not exactly a good start for a comeback, I must say. He's all washed up, if you ask me. Sorry, I had to do it. Boo me if you want, I had to do it. You can answer that question either way, it doesn't really matter. Alright, so Junior Troopa, round 2. Yep. Second battle against Junior Troopa, he gets stronger with each battle. So, let's just say he's form number 2 or whatever. We have 15 HP, 2 attack, 1 defense. And normal jump attacks, except power jump, will do diddly squat. So, yeah. So what I'm gonna do now is use the Volt Shroom, which I bought last time. It doesn't restore stats, but temporarily, Mario is covered with electricity. And as you've just seen, enemies that make physical contact against Mario will take a point in damage. That can be very useful against some enemies. Alright. I recommend using Bombet's Bomb against him. He's already a third low of his health. Apparently someone hasn't kept up with the times. And now, we just burn them up. Fried eggs, anybody? How would you like them? Sunny side up? Scrambled? Or overcooked? And that's it, Junior Troopa, round 2. Now, he'll just lie around there and won't say anything. Let's talk to him, or hit him. But at the end of each battle, he'll always say the same thing. Ah! In this case. You can even explode on him. That's gotta hurt. Alright, so we are finally back in Toad Town. And look who's here. Seriously. It's Twink! So, here he's just telling Mario about what he and the princess found out. He has to find out where Dry Ruins is. So, let's go in Toad House and restore health. Now that that's done, let's see if we can find a way to get to Dry Outpost, which I know how. But first, now that Chapter 1 is clear, there's a new shop open. And this shop is specifically for badges. Yes, you can get a lot of badges here. And of course they do cost a pretty penny. They change each time you come around, so don't expect the same ones every time. Multi-bounce, well, I'll explain that later. The first one I'm going to get is D down pound, which is a definite must-have for the next chapter. You'll see what happens. Basically, with D down pound, it negates the enemy's defenses. So if they have like 1 defense point and you use it, they'll take full damage. And Speedy Spin, that's useful for the little spin thing you do. Good for speed running. Basically, when you use your little spin thing, you'll go much faster. Just take a look at this. Anytime now. Thank you. See, look at that. Is that speed or is that speed? Now, I forget what's happening here. What was I gonna do? Oh, just demonstrating the Speedy Spin badge, I guess. So, we're just wasting time. So, what you gotta do here is just keep going south. I'm from the south. I don't know what that's from. I just heard it on the Three Stooges. So, over here, you gotta talk to this little thing. It's, I think it's Bulb, I think. Yeah. Talk to that guy, you'll get a magical seed. You will need that for much later on in the game. Therefore, you gotta find, The first two are pretty easy right here. So here we're now in at a train station in Toad Town. A rock blocks the way. You gotta use Bombette. You just gotta love blowing things up. Now the train is ready to go. This is the train you gotta use to take to Mount Rugged, which eventually leads to Dry Outpost. So we're on our way, and so yeah. For a train that's supposed to deliver passengers, it's kind of ridiculous. It's only just the engine, right? Oh well, that's Nintendo logic for you. Nice music. Okay. Now, let us begin. Chapter 2, The Mystery of Dry Ruins. Alrighty. Let's start this thing, shall we? So, we are now at Mount Rugged. Or at the bottom of Mount Rugged. So, just looking around here, saving. And what I'm doing here is just looking through the bushes, finding more coins and a new item. And there it is. I had to say eggs, didn't I? Maybe I'll use that for the title. I don't know. The egg in this game is pretty much just like a mushroom, just restores 5 HP. Nothing special, really. Nothing else to find down here, so let's just keep moving, shall we? Keep spinning around. Spin and jump, spin and jump, spin and jump. Okay, let's hurry. Our hammer's not strong enough against that thing. We'll get to that later. Heart block. Oh. Okay. Who said that? Twink. That's gotta hurt. And it's Parakari. Or his name is. He says he dropped a few. Well, if you've seen him in the beginning of the game, the very first cutscene, it's fairly obvious he's a delivery man for the mail. Well, what he said back there is he missed 3 letters somewhere here in Mount Rugged. And now we have a new enemy. This is a Monty Mole. 3 HP, 2 attack, 0 defense. Hammers or jumping will work on this guy. But just gotta be careful of his rocks. Yeah, the way these guys attack, they throw rocks. And those can deal plenty damage. Well, I don't know about plenty damage, but the action command is kind of difficult. It's not... yeah, enemies do get a little bit tougher for each new chapter. So yeah, that's the Monty Mole. Rather annoying little buggers, I must say. And that's that. So, moving on. Down here we got another Monty Mole. Okay, that takes care of them. They're all burnt up. And in here we have us another sleepy sheep. I don't care about those. Okay, this area isn't really important, but I just broke that block for the heck of it. We'll get to that later after Chapter 2. Chapter 2. So yeah, we just keep going, battling more Monty Moles. And another. I said, thank you. Get a honey syrup. And another who hit us because I did not have the chill out badge. And for the heck of it, I'll show the sleepy sheep. It's a stampede. And one bounces on Mario's head. Must be uncomfortable sleeping with their tongue sticking out. Okay, so that's that. Next time, Paper Mario, we proceed further down Mount Rugged and see if we can find those, you know, those letters.